car trailer there?
Yep.
Okay.
We really needed a hay wagon for our farm, and ironically, our neighbor actually had this one, so she gave it to us. And as you can tell, this thing has really been well used, so we're gonna put some time into it and bring it back to life.
Okay, we got all the bark and the rounds cut off of this thing. So now we're going to mill this up for some of the framing members on this wagon. This is white oak. Should hold up pretty good to the weather, and it's really durable. So it's pretty nice. This white oak rotted at the base and fell over on the other side of the property. The logs were so irregular that we could only harvest some for the mill. The rest will be cut up and used as firewood.
Okay.
And so I'm taking measurements now of these two boards, front and back, to replace those. We'll replace these as well. We're going to use white oak. These are pretty dilapidated, so might put some new hardware in this thing. But I'm gonna make this 2 inches by 5.5, and that one's going to be 2 by 3.5, both 46 inches long.
I'm gonna help Daddy, and right now I'm just climbing a little.
That's good. Climbing is very helpful.
Me?
Are you climbing too, bud?
Yeah.
We got to do something with that hair of yours. Yeah, buddy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What about the hair of mine?
Levi, do you have your tools so you can help Daddy?
Yeah. But
That's
Mom,
good.
I got a tractor to help Daddy.
Yeah, dude.
Alright, I got these 2 boards cut for the framing on the wagon. I'll take a circular saw and cut them down to 46 inches, and these will be done. And then we'll move on to the smaller wood framing.
Okay. Now James is going to be working on disassembling it so we can put on new hardware and everything else that we need on it. Everything is disassembled. Now we got our first board cut and we're just putting it in.
Okay.
almost done with this side, replacing the wood. I'm having to reuse some of the hardware. I realized I don't have the proper bolts and stuff here. So I'm kind of running into issues there, but we didn't really want to dump money into this, trying to do this as free as possible. So far so good. We already got the paint here. We got wood. So the only thing that I'm gonna absolutely have to buy are some tubes for the tires.
Especially this one. It's a little dead looking. Okay, there has been lots of progress on our hay wagon here. So I've been at work for a few days. I'll just kind of catch up to speed. Obviously it's painted. James had to buy 2 new U-bolts for this side. And unfortunately we had to buy them online because Tractor Supply did not have any this long. The longest they have was only 4 inches. But the ones on this side are actually the originals. We did not take those off. So now, babe.
Yep.
What are we gonna do?
We got a cedar log on the mill. We're gonna mill that up and create 12-foot beams for the trailer here. What do you think on our first 2 beams?
I like them.
Not too bad. They're 6 inches tall. And they're only what, 2 3/4 wide.
Okay.
This will be the main beam of our wagon. But I'm gonna cut them down to 12 feet, obviously.
Okay. I love them. Unfortunately, there was a lot of footage I did not get because the stinking camera fell over. But here we go. The wood grain and the color in Eastern red cedars is just beautiful. Gosh, and it smells so good. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, this red right here is real rotten, insect resistant.
My grandpa's like an expert woodworker, and he loves cedar because it's kind of naturally by nature made to be rot resistant, kind of like treated wood. Now James is pulling the hay wagon around with the quad so we can put those beams on it.
Why is Daddy using the 4-wheeler for that?
Because we're gonna put the beams on it. He's using the 4-wheeler to pull it over there, dude. So he can put those wood beams on them that we cut. So we can use it as a hay wagon. We're giving it a 1.5 foot overhang at the front. Now we're drilling giant holes in this thing to put the big bolts in. Ta-da! Got the 2 ends cut off here, and then also got all the bolts in. Now you're gonna cut 7 what?
7 2x4s.
Okay.
And this, they're gonna go like this, and then my boards will go a long way this way.
Okay. Got our boards out here. Now we're gonna measure them and cut them.
Okay, we're going to cut some notches in these boards so they actually fit around these beams. Think that when they shrink, it'll actually tighten them together a little bit. Then we'll run a nail through them.
Okay. Use the jigsaw to cut these notches in every board. Now we're going to chisel them out. This is so easy because it's wet wood. All the notches cut out. Now we're just setting them in place. That was easy. Got them all put on. Okay, now we just got to cut the boards to put this way. Look at all the progress. This wood almost seems too pretty to be putting on a hay wagon. It's gorgeous.
Look at me.
Hey, dude. Now we're nailing everything in. And then we will cut the excess off either side, but we're gonna nail it to every one of these boards. And it's done. We do still need to replace the tube in that back tire over there. So if you look, it makes the trailer look like it's kind of wonky, but that's just because that tire needs air. Once we fix that, it'll be perfectly level. Looks great. The cedar wood turned out beautiful. Now, even though we obviously built this wagon to be a hay wagon, we will use it for that. But right now with the sawmill, we've been using it to actually put all of our lumber on and haul the lumber around the farm when we're building things and doing projects. Works out really nice. I did also forget to mention that James did have to weld some stuff. This is something that he welded and we just threw some spray paint on it, but he had to definitely reinforce that up. And then some other odds and ends inside, but it turned out really good. We've been using the heck out of this thing. Really like it. And James did get that tube replaced, so all the tires are now full of air and fully functioning.